Alright, this is John Colo with GrowingYourGreens.com to do another exciting episode for you. In this episode, we got a very special guest, Benji, from BenjiManTV. He's a chef and food lover, and he has a popular YouTube channel. You watched me, Benji, for how long?
I've been watching you for a few years. I love gardening as well, and because I love food so much, I think it's really powerful to be able to grow your own greens, your own vegetables, fruits, and then like bring them into your house and eat them right away. So.
Yeah, I mean, all chefs, if you're a chef and you don't have a garden, you guys should have a garden because you guys as foodies should be growing the highest quality food, and plus you could grow more varieties than you could buy at the grocery store, so it's not going to confine your chefing ability.
Seriously, and herbs are really easy to grow too.
Oh, yeah. So easy. Yeah, I got a bunch of things growing, but yeah, we're going to give Benji a tour of my garden today. You know, and let you guys know, I don't normally give garden tours, but Benji's a special situation. You know, he reached out to me and, you know, we talked, and I consider him a friend.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't invite random people over to my house, so don't ask, but enjoy this video and check my other tour videos. And this is a special tour video because we're giving Benji a private tour. Plus, this is kind of an in-between season tour. I still got part of my winter stuff in, and then I got some of my spring, summer stuff in. So you guys are going to get to see what it is. So anyways, Benji, let's go ahead and head in the back and
to be here.
show you guys what we got happening. So Benji, this is my backyard here.
Okay.
And I'm growing a lot of stuff. Mainly I'm doing it in raised beds. And the raised beds on this side are like 16 inches high. On the other side, I got round raised beds. They're about 8 inches tall. And that side was developed first with the round ones. I don't know that I'd do that again. I would do this again. It's a lot cleaner just with concrete blocks. It just set in place so I could, like, if I need to move, I could pull out the blocks, pull out the soil, take it with me. And yeah, it's all temporary. So if a lot of you guys rent, you guys could do totally something like this. And this bed is about like, I don't know, 16 inches by like 40 feet long, the width of the property here. And I got trellises going up the side. And along the side here, I'm growing cucumbers up to make make use of my vertical space up there. And then every few feet I got tomatoes, and I don't just got regular tomatoes. If I had regular tomatoes, they would overtake the cucumbers. So I got these ones called patio tomatoes, so they stay nice and small. And I got them caged up, so the cucumbers will go tall up this. The patio tomatoes will stay small, and in between the patio tomatoes, I got things like peanuts, which are kind of cool to fill in. And down there, I got some mint that kind of overgrew. And at the end of the yard, in the pots there, which are going to end up in the front yard, I got things like, we'll go down there, we got grapes and some of my perennial tree collards in here. And then I got some cactus, something super simple and easy to grow in the desert. And actually this is a thornless cactus, and there's one of the fruits. So you could not only eat the pads, which are quite delicious, you could also eat the delicious cactus fruits, one of my favorite. And then, this is part of my summer garden here, so I planted peppers out. As you guys can see, we got some peppers already starting to form. And if you're noticing, I don't really like use a mulch. What I like to do instead of using a mulch is I like to have a living mulch. So below here I have another really nice delicacy. You could eat that actually.
Oh, cool.
And that's purslane. So this is a leafy green vegetable that's very high in essential fatty acids, especially the omega-3 fatty acids that most people are deficient in the U.S. because they eat too many omega-6s. So we want to eat a lot of things like purslane and other greens, which are quite beneficial for our health. What do you think?
Almost like buttery, like it's almost...
Yeah, exactly, that's the fat in there, the fat content. It tastes so good. It's like, I love this. It comes out as a weed, and it just takes over like the ground.
Eat the whole thing? The stem too?
The stem and everything. Put this into salads, blend into green smoothies. It kind of, if you're gonna blend into smoothies, it makes it kind of like gelatinous and adds a thickness to it. So it might be good for using as a thickener in some recipes too.
Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, I love that. So that's what I grow. And then yeah, peppers. And then this bed is left over from my winter garden. So we have some beautiful Swiss chard here, nice large leaves. And then things like collard greens, some broccoli that I gotta probably cut out. And these are gonna be greens, and I'm just gonna let these grow until they go out. The chard will probably stay in for a long time, and the collards will probably come out. But then the other thing that's coming up here, cool, that's like down below, you guys can see these little sprouts. These sprouts here are coming up, and these are called the Malabar spinach. So this is a vining spinach. It has a red stem. The stem and the leaves are edible, and actually they're quite delicious. They look like pretty much nothing now, but they're gonna grow. I'm gonna put a trellis here, and it's gonna grow and fill the trellis with just a whole fence of edible greens. Oh, and then this is a really cool story. I'm growing chayote squash vine. So the chayote squash vine, you just buy a chayote from the Mexican store, and you put it in the dirt, it'll sprout and grow a new vine. And then, let's see, this will make fruit, and also you could just eat these edible tips. I just pluck off the tips and eat them, like in as greens, but we're not going to pluck these because it's kind of like growing. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, let's keep moving on, man. So do you have any questions, man, about my garden or anything?
No, you're answering all my questions right there. It's amazing.
So this is the next bed, Benji. I got like, I don't know, 85 different pepper plants in here. And I do what's called square foot gardening, right?
Yeah.
So I try to place things as close as I possibly can to get the most plants in as possible.
Yeah.
Normally in square foot gardening, they place peppers like 12 inches. But my peppers are like between 11 and 10 to 11 inches. And I have them all like offset rows, and I have them all staked up. This is very important because I don't have a lot of land space, but I have a lot of air space. I could probably grow things 20 feet tall if I could, because you don't get charged for that, but I can't go to my next door neighbors. But yeah, so I've trellised, so I'm going to trellis them up, and the tip is trellis your stuff early. Even though these plants look puny now, and you're like, John, why you got a stake that's like 5 times taller than it? That's because this plant will get this tall. Like last year, my plant, I have some plants that are like over my height, so like over 6 feet tall, and so they will get tall. And like this bed on the other side, actually I planted the peppers in this bed a little bit earlier, and in this bed I planted peppers and then I planted radishes in between. So check out this whopper, man. Whoa! Pull this guy up. Look at that, man. That's one nice big radish right there. I've been pickling these guys, so I don't know if I have the video up already, but I have a video on how I pickle the radishes, lacto ferment. You know, the pickles, or pickled radish. They're quite delicious. But yeah, I mean, and radishes, they're one of the easiest things you guys could grow easily. Like, you plant the seeds and they grow, and as soon as the leaves come up, all these leaves are edible. These are edible leafy greens. Now, they're a bit strong to eat raw, but if you want to cook them up, you know, they taste a lot better. If you throw them in a smoothie with some bananas or juice them on up, they'd be great. But yeah, I mainly grow these just for the edible tubers. Now, I know you got kids, right, Benji?
Yep,
radishes
absolutely.
would be one of the great things to grow for kids. What are some other things that your kids like to pick from the garden?
Well, obviously tomatoes, you know, all kinds of different tomatoes. They love picking the herbs and like smelling them, like mint. They just love that. I think blueberries is a great one because it's actually not that hard to grow blueberries, at least I'm from the Seattle area, so the Northwest. So we have great weather for that in certain seasons. And I'm trying to think the other things. They don't eat it, but like I grow a lot of like hot peppers, and it's fun for them to pick because it's so colorful, right? So those are the things that I grow right now in my garden. So
that's awesome. Yeah, grow some radishes. Hey, you guys should grow some radishes too. All right, let's continue on here. So I want to let you guys know, even if you guys don't have space for a raised bed, you could grow in some containers. So I have some containers right here. These are self-watering containers. They could hold water for up to a month. And, you know, without watering. And I have videos on these guys. And in this one, I have a few tomato plants. They're putting some tomatoes on. And in this middle one here, I have things like some onions and some of this guy. Have you had this one before, Benji?
I haven't.
We'll pick a nice little tender leaf for you. So
Thank
it'll be
you.
really good.
I feel like I'm getting a salad here.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, these are like quite delicious and quite ornamental. You never had one of these, huh?
Never had one of these.
Wow,
I
that's
feel like
really
I
cool.
might have, but it was a lot bigger.
Yeah, you know, they get bigger if I'm giving you a baby leaf, because a baby leaf's a tip, you know, for the chefs out there. You want to pick the leaves smaller if you're using it for like a delicate, you know, salad or a topping for on top of whatever. It's going to have a lot milder.
It's got like a really sharp flavor to it. It's good. Really good. It'd be like a nice like enhancement to a salad.
Exactly, yeah. It's called red vein sorrel, and it's actually an ornamental, you know, but it's also edible. So that's cool. I'll have that in there and have some more of the tree collards in here and some onions, just some random stuff. And over in this thing, this is one of the easiest things that you could grow, Benji, and my viewers could grow. This is actually known as the sunchoke or Jerusalem artichokes. You've had those before, right? Yep. All right, cool. But yeah, these grow really easy. And then here's the tree collards. Let's head back this way through my maze. And then over in, I got stuff in the greenhouses here, Benji.
Ooh,
so
cool.
I got like all kinds of stuff happening.
I'll stay out here.
Yeah, right. No worries. I got, you know, these are some of my ashataba baby plants that actually I basically treated as onion sets, and I brought them from my California place to here on the airplane, and actually, I don't know, at least 60% of them took, so that was quite impressive. And then I have tree collared babies down here, and then Over here I have the Joraform, which is an edible Asian green. Actually, well, you could try one of these too. They're pretty mild. And I'm about to move these guys outside for the summertime.
I just love the contrast of all the different flavors.
It's really, that one I like. It's because it's really neutral. It's also quite beneficial. So they say, like, they call this the cholesterol lowering plant if you have high cholesterol. You know, I don't necessarily say eat this if you have high cholesterol. I'd say stop eating the things that are giving you the high cholesterol, like things that come from a mama. But yeah, there's a lot of studies over in Asia that, you know, show the health benefits of this plant. And that's what I want to encourage you guys to grow. You know, I want you guys not just to grow the standard lettuces, but grow plants that have a really nice flavor, like the Joraform, also known as longevity spinach, that are also beneficial for you guys' health. And especially ones that you guys aren't eating. And especially as a chef, as Benji is, you know, he could incorporate this into his cuisine and have new flavor sensations and textures to wow everybody that eats his food. So over on this side of the yard, we have all these circular round raised beds. And in this bed, I grew 3 different kinds of arugula. Actually, here's some arugula still coming up. This is more of a wild arugula. You've had arugula before, right?
Oh, absolutely. Love it.
Oh, but here's the other thing.
This got so much flavor to it compared to like what you buy at the
store. It's so like, that stuff's lame. Like, it doesn't taste like anything. Now, try these. Have you ever had those?
Never had these.
Arugula flowers. So I know you got kids.
Yeah.
You want to encourage your kids. Oh, man, just smell that. I could just smell that from here.
Oh, my gosh. That smells like honey.
Right. I mean, that's what honey's made out of.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, just like, that is really good. I can eat it, right?
Yeah, no, it's all edible, man.
Oh, that's a totally different flavor. It complements that, but like, it's sweet.
Yeah, it's like sweet and mild. It's like, eating flowers is one of my favorite things to do. I'm not a flower hugger, I'm a flower eater. Right, so.
I'm gonna totally have to grow that.
Yeah, so this is like, this is more of a wild arugula. Oh man, have you seen one of these guys before? I don't know if the camera could pick that up. You know what that is?
No.
No?
No.
You're a gardener, you don't know what this is?
I don't know.
How long have you been gardening?
4 years.
Oh man, so this is actually a baby ladybug. So before they're a ladybug, they hatch. I've seen a whole bunch of eggs around, but they hatch into this thing. They go around and eat aphids and bad bugs in your garden, and then they turn into a ladybug. They fly around, and they mate, and then they make more egg sacs, and then they make more of these guys.
Cool.
So if you see these guys, they're not a bad bug. They are a good bug. So, you know, put them somewhere where you got bugs, and they'll eat them. So we'll put them back. And so yeah, this side we got the squash. You know, my standard zucchini squash going. And I interplanted with some popolo. They're still kind of young, but you have to try this if you've never tried it before. I don't know how good this would do in your climate here.
You know, the flower?
No, the popolo, man. So this is a popolo, and I won't tell you what this is supposed to taste like or what Mexicans used before they had this other herb. It's an herb, actually. But it's actually quite unique. One of my favorites. Yeah, I bet you never taste anything like that, huh?
It's got like different flavors kind of coming at you. You know, it's like a little savory. It's good.
Yeah, no, I like it, man. So yeah, the Mexicans used to use that before they had cilantro to put in guacamole and stuff.
Oh.
So this is a South American herb, and it does great in the desert. So if you guys live in a hot desert climate, or even like, you know, a hot climate, that'd be one of the excellent things to grow. I don't know how it'd probably grow pretty well in Washington. It doesn't need the heat, but just don't overwater it too much because it's not gonna like that.
Yeah, only in the summer we could grow that probably.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could only grow it in the summer. And then this one's pretty cool, right here. This one, well, you know this one, but it's a different variety. So this is a mint. It's a special variety of mint. It's actually known as salad mint. So I picked this up on one of my travels to California, and I mean, there's so many varieties of mint, which is insane. I want to encourage you guys out there to grow different varieties because each one tastes a little bit different, especially for your kids, right?
I'm doing a pineapple one this year, a citrus one. They've got a lemon one.
Yep.
And I like the standard mojito.
Yeah, the mojitos. I like the chocolate. Oh, and they have I think they have a cotton candy mint.
I feel like I just brushed my teeth.
And then over in this bed, we got an eggplant. And eggplant does great in the desert, so that if you live somewhere hot in the desert, man, easiest vegetable to grow completely is the eggplant. In the middle, I got a tomato coming up. And then down below for the ground cover, you know, I'm using the dandelion and more of that purslane to cover the ground, and that's going to help her retain the water in the ground, and also I'm going to provide me more food, more dandelions and purslane to eat. This bed is one of my circle around raised beds of the peppers, and then right behind or next to the camera person here, we got a bed of tomatoes. So you guys can see, got lots of tomatoes here. I'm growing this variety known as Sugar Rush this year, and let's find a ripe one for you. It's just starting to kick in now. Here's a nice Sugar Rush. New variety I'm growing. It's actually doing quite well. Try that one.
That's so nice right after that mint.
His face says it all, man. Like,
Yeah.
There's no substitute for, like, homegrown tomatoes. The ones at the store are like crap.
Substitute. And you know, if you want your kids to eat vegetables, let them pick things off the plant. Because I've got twin girls that are about 2.5 and a 3.5-year-old, and they all love vegetables, like especially when they can pick it off the plant, and they don't think anything of it. I mean, they're so young. It's just fun for them. So.
Yeah, and let your kids know where food comes from. I mean,
Yep.
and I think I like my vegetables actually more than when I pick it off the plant, too. And you guys should too, right? Because you got the pride of growership, right? You know you grew it. I grew this with my own 2 hands. You know, I built the soil. Everything that plant is because of me. The rock dust, the worm castings, all the different nutrients that added to the soil. And if you want to know what that is, click the link down below if I remember to post a link to, you know, how I amend my soil after every season. Right? Because the quality of the soil is the quality of the fruits and the vegetables and the foods that you're eating, right? And I want you guys to have good soil, because if you don't have good soil, you're going to get crappy quality food, just like the ones you could buy at the grocery store, and I don't recommend that. All right, next let's go on. Oh man, when are you going back to Washington State, man?
Going back tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. All right, so I'm going to give you a gift, man.
Oh, sweet.
We're going to give you this guy. So this guy is known as Egyptian walking onions, and this whole bed grows for me year-round. And if it doesn't freeze where you live and doesn't snow, this will grow for you year-round as well. And what you're going to get out of it is you're going to get the onion greens. So the greens are always 100% going to be edible. You could also dig up the little, you know, the little bulb in the bottom, which is going to be really small. So unless you got a lot of these, I don't necessarily recommend that. And then at the end of the season, like now, these things get really tall, and then they normally will like bend over and dump over for some reason. Mine are staying erect. They're gonna dump over, and then this hits the ground, and on the top of these are topset onions. So these onion bulbs on the bottom, on the top, are actually edible, but they also sprout and they form new ones. So in nature, these are called Egyptian walking onions because they get so tall, they fall over. These hit the ground, and then they plant themselves and then grow a whole new patch. So then they could like take over a field and all this stuff. So unlimited food that's super delicious. So you could actually take this home and just plant that.
Hunter, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
man.
will totally
and
plant
put it in
this
some water.
this year.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got a lot of these things. Oh, and then, oh man, you got to try this. You probably never had this before, man. These are insane. Have you had this before?
Nope, never had this.
It's all edible, all organic. You know that one. You got to know that one. I gotta try it. Yeah, I feel the notes, man. You know what it is?
Don't know what it is.
Oh, you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna go like, yeah, that's what it is.
Cilantro?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Thank God you got it, man. I was like questioning if you're a real chef.
Well,
or not.
I've just never had the flour before.
Yeah, so you know, it's like a little bit sweet. You could taste the cilantro notes, but it's like totally different. And like,
you know what? At the end there.
yeah.
At the end, I can
You could get
it
that taste in the mouth.
at the end because I'm getting the stem. You know, like I'm biting through the stem. So that's amazing. I just love that I'm eating flowers right now. I never eat flowers.
Yeah, I mean, these would be great for kids to, you know, like put on a topping as a salad, you know, for just a nice flavor. And at the end of the season, you have so many. And if you let this go longer, you know, it's gonna turn into seed, and you're gonna have your own coriander. And oh yeah, there's a nice ladybug there. Oh, and then yeah, of course, I got a nice sunflower here growing. All the seeds are growing in there. Another excellent crop to grow in the desert. They just do so well, and they just look so beautiful. And then my cilantro is going to come up in the middle. I got some zucchini squash that needs to get some water. And then going over here, I got a Swiss chard on this side that's actually bolting with some other greens that should last a while, but they're not gonna. And then over here we got my basil. I got a bigger basil, and then I got all these small basils I planted, my dinosaur kale, and then I got all my onions. So I want to let you guys know to grow and eat your onion family plants. Just like my walking onions, or I got the regular standard green onions or scallions, and I got standard onion bulbs behind me. Things in the onion and garlic family are anti-cancer plants. It seems like every few months somebody that I know, and most recently unfortunately is my uncle, gets cancer. And could this potentially be prevented if he had a lot of onions and things like kale and other brassica family plants like cauliflower and other cruciferous plants? It's possible, But the problem is most Americans do not eat enough onions. Like every night when I make a salad or when I make a soup, I come out here and just grab a few sprigs. I can't barely even taste it, right?
Green onions. I actually eat green onions more than any other single vegetable that I have because it's so versatile, and it's amazing the difference of a green onion you grow versus the store, because the texture and the firmness is just night and day difference.
Yeah, and then the different varieties of onions I have give different textures. Like the walking onions, they're a little bit more more crisp and strong, and actually stronger tasting as well. So yeah, so this bed, this bed is like a more of a perennial because I got the onions in there. And then let's see. Let's move on over this side. Actually, we'll flip the camera around. Watch out for all. This is my dog poop alley, but it's also known as my compost alley. So I have 12 composters lined up on this side, and this is where I make my soil. So all the food scraps from my garden and all the food scraps from my house and from my cooking and all the scraps from my garden go in here, and then I make compost in here, and this is what it looks like in here. So
how long does it take to make the compost for you?
Yeah, so depending on the composter I'm using, because some are better than others. Like this one's my favorite one. It's a Joraform, and it's an insulated composter. It actually has insulation. So this helps keep things warmer inside, and in this composter I could do it in a little bit over a month, from start to finish, if I got it dialed in and have the right mixture in there and everything.
I have 3 of them too, like 3. I have that one right over there with the green handle.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's a sin that if you throw out your food scraps, right? Because if you throw it out, it goes to landfill, creates methane gas, and it's not helping anybody. It's actually, causing excess methane gas, which they say is not so good. But yeah, be sure to click the subscribe button right down below. Soon enough, I'll be having a video comparing all different 12 composters in one video to let you guys know my top favorites at this time. So on this side of the garden, I have more onions. So I have these 2 beds of onions. These are my sweet onions and maybe just some standard onions. And these are about ready to come out. As you guys can see, I've been topping them. And so when they go to flower, I'm topping them. And at first I was topping them low, and now I've been topping them high. So when the flower starts to set, because I don't want it to go to flower, I want it to build more onion bulbs, I'll just go ahead and just snap this off at the top. And I think that's a much better way to do it than snap it at the bottom where rain and water could get in and it could cause rot. So I like that. I like that a lot, and this will hopefully encourage the bulb to grow bigger. And then you could actually just throw these and eat them. It's actually quite strong. Woo! I don't think my girlfriend's gonna kiss me now. But well, that's quite strong. That'll take away your sore throat, man. And here on this side we got some celery that's going to flower. And even though it's going to flower, I can still cut it off and I'll juice it up. And then I got a flat leaf parsley, and it actually bolted early. So the curly leaf parsley, way better than growing the flat leaf, based on my experience in the climate. And that's pretty much all these beds. So these beds actually have to basically harvest everything, use it, and then replant for the summer, which I'm a little bit behind on because I've been traveling so much. This bed's an herb bed, so I have things like the bee balm growing here, and I have one flowering over on this side, way over there, and then I have the sage over here. The sage and the rosemary over on this side, easiest herbs to grow by far. I got those like when I started the garden here, and they're still alive after all these years. Let's see, move over to this side. Well, this is a mixed bed. This is mostly, I think, parsley going to flower. Oh, you could try some parsley flowers. You tried cilantro flowers.
Again, like I'm actually surprised at the sweetness on the front of that, and then you get the parsley notes coming through, but like the sweetness of the flower.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had, actually, I think I'm going to make a salad out of parsley flowers. Actually, I haven't had them in a while.
Would be awesome.
But yeah, after you eating it, I'm like, oh yeah, man.
Because you know,
tastes really good.
That's another thing too, like salad dressings. Yeah, like a lot of Americans, especially like the sweet salad dressings. If you could put something that's like got the essence of that sweetness in the actual salad, you wouldn't need as much sugar in your salad dressing.
It's awesome. Yeah, I think one of the dressings I'd do with this, actually, I'd do parsley flowers, maybe some mangoes, and some hot pepper. I think that might be pretty good.
Really good.
Oh, and then down in this bed here, we got a weed coming up. You've had this one before, though, right? You know what this is? It's related to spinach.
I feel like I have a salad going on in my mouth right now. I just can't put my finger on it. I've had it before.
Yeah, this is called lamb's quarters.
Okay. Yeah.
So lamb's quarters, it's a common weed for most farmers and gardeners, and for me, it's a leafy green. So before they start going to seed, I harvest them and I'll juice them or blend them up, and I'll just go around and collect them all. And here's another one. Have you had this one before? This one has, let's see here. It's a leaf right here. This is another common weed that you probably can't buy if you went to the grocery store. You'd probably never be able to find this stuff. But if you grow it, you could easily grow it and eat it.
Yeah, never had that before. Never.
What does that taste like to you?
Almost nothing. But
almost nothing.
The reason I say that is because that flavor is still in my
mouth.
This is very mild, super mild. This would be good for beginners.
Yeah, so the lamb's quarter is related to the spinach, so it has some oxalic acid content in there. So it might be better to maybe cook that to reduce that kind of bite.
Yeah.
You know, I don't eat a ton of that stuff, but I like to include it, you know, especially in the season when it comes up in my garden. That's another thing I want to encourage, you know, you and my viewers is to eat seasonally. So, you know, eat whatever is in your garden first. Try to, like, you know, every night for dinner, I come out to my garden, I'm like, oh, what do I got ripe? Oh, I got a bunch of tomatoes, so I pick up a whole bunch of tomatoes. I pick, you know, some Swiss chard, or I pick some celery. And then I make something with the ingredients I got. So I don't like say, oh, I want to have a salad, I'm going to make a salad. I see what I got, and then I'm like, with all those ingredients, I'll make a salad, or I'll make a soup, or I'll use the majority of what I grew, and then add a few things in that I bought at the store to fill in, but base your meals around what you grew instead of what you're buying out of the grocery store.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that the reason we can keep things all year round is because we ship so many things from other countries, right? So eating seasonally is like this thing that's happening in restaurants right now, super important to do because you're supporting the natural progression of nature.
Right, and you're eating the stuff out of your backyard, so it doesn't go to waste, right?
There you go.
If I don't eat this stuff, it goes in my compost bins, which it doesn't go to waste because it goes back in to feed my next variety of, you know, generation of plants. But it's way better to get those nutrients into me, so you know I could have more energy, I could have, you know, more brain power, I could be more concise, I could have, you know, better nutrition than the standard American, and eat more of these plant phytochemicals and phytonutrients that are disease protective. All right, Benji, let's see. I want to share with you something over here. Oh man, it's over here. This is one of my favorites, man. I love this one so much. All right, here. Pick off one leaf. Well, pick off a little cluster here. You like hot and spicy food?
Love it.
All right, good. Then you're good with that.
I'm kind of nervous. Woo!
Yeah, right?
Wow. Oh, that is spicy.
Yeah.
I've never had a leaf that was that spicy before.
I got another spicy one for you, too, on the other side I forgot about, but that's a cool one. That would actually be a good one. Let's see, how does it smell?
You know what?
If you smell
It's
it,
like
you'll know what it is.
oregano.
It is. It's hot and spicy oregano.
Oh, wow.
It's
That
like-
is really good.
There's so many varieties of oregano that you could
Yeah.
buy, and each one tastes a little bit different, and that's one of my favorites. Like,
Yeah.
it's so insane. I could just
I've
put...
actually never had just fresh picked oregano before.
No, hot and spicy oregano. That's
Yeah,
the
hot
variety,
and spicy, but
and
I
you
just-
never had regular fresh
Regular
oregano.
fresh, because
oh my
I-
God, you got to grow it.
Gotta grow it now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Oh man, then you got to try this one. I mean, you'll know what this is. This is actually a common for like gourmet frou-frou chefs. They take the pollen of this and they'll sell it for like tons of money. It's this little flower set there. That one, if you like sweet flowers, you'll like that one. I gotta try that. Man. It's been a while. I'm poisoning you. No. Oh yeah.
So sweet. That's like almost like honey.
It's like eating candy.
Yeah, it's like honey just hitting your tongue, but not in
That's
a liquid
quite
form.
Good.
It's just like
that's really good.
A little grainy, but so light.
Yeah, that one's bronze fennel flowers.
And you know what? It's got like a
licorice. Totally, man. Yeah, that's really a good one to grow for your kids.
Totally.
You could eat the leaves, you know, the fennel.
Yep.
You know, and then you could eat the flowers too. And yeah, teach your kids to eat edible flowers, not the the ones that they know.
That's the only thing, like, you know, when you have kids, you just have to consider that because they might not know the difference.
Like, oh, I could pick everything and eat it, like in Daddy's garden.
I'm like walking with them in the forest, and they always pick flowers, so like I wouldn't want them to assume like all flowers. Maybe when they're older.
That might be good. I don't have kids yet, so I don't know about that. All right, man. So in this one, hey, you eat white sugar, man?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I do. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's in so many foods.
I don't eat white sugar, and I don't encourage you guys. But if you eat white sugar,
I only buy brown sugar. But like, if I'm at someone's house, I'm not gonna say no to it.
Yeah, sure.
Food. Yeah.
But yeah, these are sugar beets.
Oh.
So this is what they make the white sugar out of. But these are not GMO sugar beets. That's what they normally make white sugar out of. These are non-GMO heirloom sugar beets that I'm growing. So these beets are gonna have a high sugar content, and I hope to juice them and maybe even dehydrate the juice after I juice them, and then maybe I'll have my own sugar beet crystals or something. I don't know what's gonna happen because it's the first time I grew them, and they've done really well. I'm excited to harvest them when they're ready. And the greens, I mean, besides just eating the beets like we all do, and beets are really good also because they can increase your sports performance because they increase the oxygen uptake, you know, in your blood. And so these beets would probably do the same thing. I encourage you guys to eat the dark beets whenever you guys can. You know, like the red ones or Detroit red beets are really good. But I actually kind of like the golden beets. They're a lot more mild flavored, so I really can't wait for these guys to be ready. And the beet greens, they're really delicious too. You could use these in juices, you know, and you know, if you're gonna cook them up, or blended smoothies. And I like to just actually add them to salads. So
I've heard beets do something else for you. Men out there.
Men out there, like
I think it's good for blood flow for specific activities.
Yeah, you know, I'm not too afraid to say that if you guys are having problems getting it up. Eat some more beets, and more importantly, eat plant foods. All the plant foods will, you know, especially the leafy greens, will clean out your arteries, and the animal foods and the processed foods can tend to clog them up. So eat more fruits and vegetables, especially the dark leafy greens, especially things like beets. Oh, and the arugula, another one to clear out your arteries, really strong one. So yeah, beets, greens, the roots, and the arugula. Oh, and then also the watermelon. That'll help you get it up too if you guys are having issues.
Well, I don't have issues.
I don't got issues either.
I eat plenty of watermelon, that's for sure.
All right, cool, man. All right, here, man. It's the season for flowers in my garden, and these flowers are just so dainty and pretty, and they'll probably be gone tomorrow because I'm probably going to use them on my dinner tonight. Here, I'll just put them in here.
A lot of pressure here, a lot of pressure.
He's having an edible flower tour today. You got to know what that one is. I'll have a couple of those.
Oh, it's like an onion.
Yeah, onion flowers, man.
Wow, like my mind's getting blown because
it's like so many different flavors in your garden, even from growing onions, you know?
I would not have thought that was an onion just looking at the plant either.
Oh, here, man, we'll have to, maybe, I don't know. I'm going to try this first, see if you can do it. Okay, you could try that. Let's see here. Try with this one. Just do what I did.
Yep.
Because what we want to do is we want to eat the pollen off there. Because right now you can see the pollen and the wind flowing, and you're just going to like lick the pollen off. He's a pollen licker. Can you taste it? Like you don't get a lot, but you could really taste it. It's like, what does it taste like?
Well, it's kind of sweet, just like the other pollen.
Exactly.
I love it. I'm seriously, I'm gonna grow a lot of these plants for the flowers.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I want all you guys out there to grow them for the flowers. You know, just because it's bolting, oh, I got to cut it out now because the plant's no longer useful. No, the plant is quite useful. You know, you could have the flowers, you could eat the pollen. Actually, these is the Swiss chard. And these are the Swiss chard pollen. I love to eat the pollen. You know, also juice the baby leaves. And also, you know, if you let this go long enough, it'll also turn into seed for your next garden. So I encourage you guys to save your seed. You know, some of this stuff I may cut out, some of it I may let go, you know, but I have options, right? And don't just, oh, it's going to flower, I got to chop it down. Like these I've already cut back once and they're coming back, you know, and then they come back with a vengeance with more pollen for me to harvest. And, you know, pollen has a lot of protein or amino acids. This is why they say bee pollen is so good, you know. Why let the bees collect our pollen when you guys could do it yourself, right? And when you have so many plants, you know, it's easy to do.
This is the same stuff you buy like in a little jar?
Yeah, so the bee pollen, the bees go and collect this pollen and pollen from every other plant in my garden, which you had pollen from the fennel, you had pollen from the cilantro, you had pollen, every flower you eat, so they all have a little pollen.
That's like superfood right there.
It is, it's, yeah, the pollen is superfood. Now, if you're getting the bees to do it, you know, they bind it together with some kind of bee junk stuff, but so why just get it direct? You know, and you too could be a flower licker. All right, Benji, I got another flower for you, man. It's really cool. You guys see this back here? Look at that nice, beautiful flower. You would never know that that guy is edible. So let's see. I don't want to like pick that one because I'm going to take a picture of it later on my Instagram. But we'll pick some from down here that aren't going to be affected. But try those flowers. These are excellent for salads. Mm.
Again, the flavor is familiar. But the texture is just like, you know, because it's a flower.
It's so light and like airy almost.
It's almost like oregano. Like,
yeah, it's almost like oregano. So this is bee balm. So this is a food that's not even normally sold as an herb. Yeah. Which you could use as an herb. And it's a bit strong for the leaves, which you could use, but I really like the flowers. Once again, the flowers have the pollen, and more important than just the pollen, they have the phytochemicals and phytonutrients, right? They're a nice deep purple color. I want to encourage you guys to eat your foods of color, right? Yeah. These have the different carotenoids and the antioxidants and all these different, you know, lycopenes in the red color and all these different anthocyanidins in the purple colors, and all these are, you know, protective against disease for us. And more than just a gardener, I want you guys to be healthy. And it's by eating the foods you guys are growing, you guys can be more healthy than the next guy. All right, Benji, so I want to take you over and show you guys one more plant today. All right, Benji, so the last thing I want to show you in my garden is this bed is kind of like my shaded bed. It's got like some of my favorite ashitaba growing, and I planted this one. I forget what it is actually, so I don't even know. But it's done so well, as you guys can see, it's taken over. But I want to share with you guys this one, which is right here. I have a lot of it. It just basically went to seed. And this is quite unique, and I bet you never tasted this before. So you like hot and spicy stuff, right?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna eat that whole thing. I'll eat one too.
We'll eat one together.
No, maybe we do it at the same time. It's all organic.
Hang on.
All right, to your health. Okay, get his face.
Is he gonna sneak up on me? Oh yeah.
You getting it? I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
It's like it starts getting different parts of your mouth.
Yep.
Different parts of your tongue.
Yep. Feel it?
Oh yeah, I can. Whoa. Right there on the top of your tongue.
Right?
Like,
isn't that crazy?
Whew.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's great.
Yeah, I know.
It's great.
I love it, man.
You know what I love about it? It's like it gives you the feel of a hot sauce without the actual hot sauce.
Exactly, man. If you don't have peppers, or like right now I don't have peppers yet, they're not in season, but these guys are. This is known as water pepper.
Really good.
And it grows like a weed. It grew crazy, and then it dropped all the seeds, and I didn't even plant all these plants that are coming up down here.
I recently learned too that the more spicy something is, you know, like the more spicy a pepper is, the more antioxidants there are in the vegetable or the leaf, I guess, in this case.
Yeah, and this one is also a deep, rich colored, like red, green, so that's more antioxidants. Plus, the other thing that people forget is, you know, like when things taste a little bit stronger to you, these are actually, the reason why it's in the plant is so that bugs don't eat it. So bugs don't mess with this plant, but at the same time, it's nutrition or antioxidants for us. And we forget this, like plants have their own defenses, right? If you're trying to organic garden, you guys could absolutely do that. And you could do this without pesticides and herbicides and fungicides and all this stuff, because plants have their own immune system and defense system. They've had to grow up with this, over the thousands of years they've been on the planet. But it's only when we start feeding them maybe, not the best fertilizers and chemical fertilizers that only get them three different primary minerals instead of 70 to 90 different trace minerals, and building the soil biology with the beneficial microbes so that they could have a strong immune system. Much like you and me and Benji. Like if we eat junk food and McDonald's and crap food, you're gonna have a runny nose all the time. You're gonna be sick all the time. But if you eat healthy, organic food and, eat lots of fruits and vegetables and, cut out the fast food and minimize the animal products, you're gonna be healthy and you're rarely gonna get sick. And this is the same for our plants. So I want you guys to, treat your plants well, feed them well. If you guys don't know how to do that, be sure to check the link down below where I'll share with you guys how I enrich my soil to build and grow some of the healthiest plants. So Benji, you have any questions for me after the garden tour today, or?
No, because I watched so many of your videos, right? And I'm just honored to be here. I mean, I've been watching you for 3 years, and if you guys are a new viewer, haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. You're not just going to learn things about gardening, but also just about food and health. I've been here for about an hour, and I've already gained so much knowledge, so thank you so much.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, glad to have you. Glad to have a chef in the garden to taste some of my flowers, because normally I only get to eat them, so it's cool to get somebody else's feedback. Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, I want to encourage you guys to be a flower muncher too, just like me and Benji
I'm a
today.
flower muncher, proud to be. That should be a shirt.
Yeah, and eat your flowers, when they're in season. Hey, because it's a special treat. They're not going to be here for long. I mean, all the flowers cycle through, right? And yeah, enjoy everything you guys grow. If you guys are not growing yet, I encourage you guys to start a garden. And be sure to check my past episodes, actually over on this side or wherever they are. Over 1,100 episodes now, the most than any other gardener on YouTube, to share with you guys how to garden, and more importantly, how to grow the highest quality, best food so you guys could have the best health. And we could, help this earth out one garden at a time. So once again, my name is John Kohler with GrowingYourGreens.com. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, keep on growing. All right, this is John Kohler with GrowingYourGreens.com. There's been another exciting episode for you. I'm still here in Austin, Texas, and today I have the pleasure of being at M.E. Cunningham School, and this is an elementary school.